As the nation awaits the grand jury's ruling in Ferguson regarding the killing of Mike Brown by Officer Darren Wilson, a new commission designed to help the social issues raised by his death has been sworn in by Governor Jay Nixon. The 16-person commission consists of business, religious, and community leaders who were chosen by the governor from a pool of more than 300 people.
Let us heal the divisions exposed by the death of Michael Brown, and use this defining moment as the moment we begin to walk a different path.
We are a diverse and qualified commission, and I'm honored to be a member because we're going to listen respectfully and collaboratively and thoughtfully to each other and to our community.
Is this Governor Jay Nixon trying to save his butt? Let's go to our panel. We have Lauren Victoria Burke, managing editor of Politic365.com, Cleo Manago, political consultant and Black behavioral health strategist, and Kim Brown, host of DMV's Spotlight. All right, folks, this sounds to me very much like the Kerner Commission, 1968. With the riots that took place in 67 and 68, President Lyndon Baines Johnson appoints the Kerner Commission to examine the riots, and what they concluded that there were two Americas, one black, one white. They also talked about in that particular report that the media played a critical role as well, because they said you virtually had no black folks who were on television. That also led to a lot of the changes in media as well. Do you see this particular commission serving the same purpose and it really being honest? You heard one of the members say we're going to listen. Really being honest about racial issues, not just in Ferguson, but also in Missouri?
Unlikely. I think that, first of all, we already know a lot about Ferguson. Town of 21,000 people, and they've handed out something like 35,000 fines for nonviolent, usually driving offenses, and collected something like $2 or $3 million a year from that town, which is the second highest source of revenue for Ferguson, just fines. I'm not sure you need a commission to discuss that. If you read some of the stories in the press about what is going on in Ferguson with regard to statistics and stops and so forth with law enforcement, I'm not sure you need a conversation, another conversation on that. We've already heard these things for years, so I think the commission is effectively a PR attempt.
Yesterday, we had Senator Claire McCaskill here in Missouri on the show talking about what's taking place there, and she talked about some policy issues that need to be addressed in the city and in the state as well. So Cleo and Kim, your thoughts on this?
Well, at the risk of sounding cynical, and having been to Ferguson, spent a whole week there a few weeks ago and saw what, for myself, what's going on there, much of which has not made the press, I personally think that this move is an appeasement, similar to the letting go of one of the captains or something that previously happened because of concern about what might be coming up, because they even have getting prepared for some military protection of somebody there because of what might happen when they announce the grand jury outcome. And I think that they're doing what they can to appease people and keep them calm, because we might not like what we're getting ready to hear. So if indeed this commission is supposed to have some relevance, they should have somebody who has mental health skills on this commission, because there's some serious mental health challenges happening on both ends of the spectrum in Ferguson.
Well, I'm inclined to agree with Cleo. I think this is a way to sort of placate the community. This is a Band-Aid. This is not a permanent solution to the issues that are happening in Ferguson. It's a 16-person commission, I believe made up of 9 blacks and 7 whites. Some of the protesters' reaction to the people that have been appointed to the commission have been favorable. They like some of the people that have been appointed and sworn in on Governor Nixon's new endeavor to try to quell things in Ferguson. But the state of Missouri has been running information about policing and disproportionate policing and how racial profiling in that state for at least the past 10 years is widely skewed, with African Americans being charged and arrested and profiled at much larger rates than white Missourians. However, when you talk about Senator Claire McCaskill and Democrat Governor Jay Nixon, these are the people that really need to be concerned, because the black community is traditionally the Democratic base, and in my opinion, I think some people in Ferguson would be inclined to agree, they're not seeing the proper political response coming from their elected officials, and I hope these people remember this in 2 years when Election Day comes back up.
Here's why I don't mind the commission. I don't mind it because I think what often happens is when these things happen, it's a very short-term response, and you don't have a real examination beyond just the case itself. And the reason I say that, I look at Trayvon Martin. The reality is, Trayvon Martin isn't killed. Do you have the same response to Alec? Do you even know about Stand Your Ground? Because of what took place with Mike Brown, the court system, that was happening before Mike Brown was shot and killed.
That's true.
But the attention was shown on that. I have no issue with the commission because you can do a report. My concern is not the report. My concern is what you do with the report.
Yeah, I mean, if there's
that's the real issue.
Yeah, if there's no action that is connected with the commission, which is usually the case with these commissions, you know, people sit down and have a long conversation and it's all very interesting. But if there's no binding action after it, no commitment from elected officials, this is a complete waste of time. Michael Brown is just one of many cases like this, police brutality around this country, where there was a conversation after that and nothing actually happened.
Yeah,
So,
and that's what I'm saying. I'm not interested in again. If the commission listens, if you have the conversation, if they come up with suggestions, things along those lines, then the onus is then going to be on the governor, on the state legislature to say, okay, here's a problem when it comes to inequality, when it comes to issues with your police department, when it comes to hiring or whatever. Now what are you going to do now that the commission has weighed in?
Leaders in Ferguson have already brought this up to the governor and to Claire McCaskill and the mayor, Francis Slay, and everybody else. So I'm a little bit confused about why you would need a commission to tell these people that
Well, how is this different from what the DOJ is doing? I mean, we just saw Eric Holder in Ferguson not that long after. No, I understand what you're saying. This is a much more localized type of thing that the governor himself has done.
No. Well, my point is the DOJ, that is a legal arm. That is not, that's not what this is. So what DOJ is doing in terms of examining the case is different than what this commission is supposed to be doing.
But aren't they still investigating the same type of factors?
No. The DOJ, that's the legal aspect.
No, I understand.
This commission is more about
policy.
Other issues there in Ferguson that goes beyond just the legal aspect of the case.
But it's so few community people, I mean grassroots community people involved in this commission.
And look, and that's what here's what often happens. What often happens, unfortunately, with these commissions, you go for the official folks, business leaders and established community leaders.
Exactly.
I always say if you don't have any radicals on it, the commission ain't really that radical.
And I always say there's a reason why you don't have any radicals on there, because you want to do some lip service and paint and do some window dressing to appease people, and nothing really changes.
Hold tight 1 second. We come back. We're going to talk about the rape allegations against Bill Cosby. Should he speak? Also,